Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have one cruise ship that's going to be delayed getting back to port. Is it going to be delayed an hour? Maybe 2 hours? Maybe 3 hours? No, it's being delayed 2 days. 48 hours it's going to be delayed getting back. I'll talk about that. Is it going to affect the next cruise? You're darn right it is. So we'll talk about that and see what kind of compensation is being offered as well. We have a bunch of new stuff being in the news. We have the winner of the best mega ship from Condé Nast Traveler, the magazine, where they polled people and they said, what's your favorite 2025 mega ship? This one might surprise you. I think it will. We also have Margaritaville at Sea, giving us a little hint of what their next mega ship's going to be, sailing out of Miami, all the things that they're planning for there. We have also Royal Caribbean dropping a bunch of hints at some new things that's going to be on the Legend of the Sea that launches next year. And yeah, the one thing you can always count on Royal Caribbean, they're always bringing out different entertainment, and that's a big plus because, again, new ship, new entertainment. So right now there are storms everywhere, right? We just had a bunch of storms hitting the Caribbean area, Bermuda area. We have a storm affecting ships up here where Cabo San Lucas and Puerto Vallarta. And they've had some storms in the Med affecting some of the MSC cruise ships. Well, now we have Ovation of the Seas heading to Tokyo on a Trans-Pacific cruise. And yeah, it can't get into Tokyo because there is a typhoon blocking its path right now. And so it's going to be 2 full days late getting back into port. And so it is, one of those things that you don't count on. But it's not like it's just an hour or 2 hours late. This is going to affect everybody's travel going forward and on the next cruise. The next cruise was supposed to be an 11-day cruise, and now it's going to be a 9-day cruise, and they've already lost 2 ports of call. Because the first call and the second call were the days that the ship hasn't even pulled into port yet. Now, as far as compensation is concerned, the second cruise is going to lose the ports and is now a 9-day. It's going to be prorated. The 2 days, etc., is going to be deducted from everything. But the good news is, if you're collecting points for your status, you're still going to be counted as an 11-day cruise. However, the current, Trans-Pacific one that is happening right now, what I find really funny about it is they're not giving much in the way of compensation, but they gave everybody 1 hour, 60 minutes of Wi-Fi so they can make travel arrangements and call hotels, etc., to cancel if they have to or rebook their airplane. 60 minutes? That's what you're giving people after being, have to stay on the ship an extra 2 days. You're going to be late for 2 days. You're giving 60 minutes? That doesn't sound like much. And also, if you think they said, well, because you're stuck on the ship, we're going to give you, the drink package will be available to everybody who had booked the drink package. You're going to be able to continue and no charge. No, they're going to give you a discount on the daily rate of the drink packages and the refreshment package for the extra 2 days you're on there. So if you have the drink package and you don't want to pay extra, your drink package will not count for the next 2 days that the ship is going to be late getting back in. I don't know about you, but I am usually pretty impressed with Royal Caribbean's, offers when ships get canceled and cruises get canceled, delays. This one sounds kind of terrible in my opinion. Next, let's talk about Condé Nast Travel magazine, and they have come out with their 2025 Mega Ship of the Year, everyone's favorite mega ship. And you got to remember, we had ships like the Star of the Seas came out. We have the Utopia game is partially into this. We have the new Royal Caribbean ship. We have the Celebrity ship. There's all kinds of ships that came out. And the Sun Princess has still been voted this year's, even though it came out last year too. It won last year too, by the way, as the favorite mega cruise ship. I'm kind of surprised with the competition that's out there as well. Usually they don't do 2 in a row for the same ship, but the voters vote. And the vote is in that the Sun Princess has won, which is kind of nice because I'm going on the Star Princess, which is her sister ship, and I'll be going on her relatively soon as well, just a couple months away as she makes her way across on the transatlantic. Speaking of new ships, we got the Beachcomber, which is Margaritaville at sea, and they are saying that they're going to have kind of like a theme now on board. They're showing how open deck is going to be. They're going to have water slides, etc., because it's a much bigger ship. And they're going to have a theme. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, which is not necessarily a single bar area. There's going to be a main area that's going to be there with a sign and clock and everything. But it's going to be kind of like throughout the ship area. The top deck area will be 5 o'clock somewhere theme. So I'm wondering if alcohol will be involved. 5 o'clock somewhere, folks. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some alcohol involved in the Beachcombers excursions. Well, not excursions, but happenings on the ship, shall we say. Next, let's talk about The Legend of the Seas, which is launching next year in the summertime. And we now know that they're going to have a new Broadway show on board. It's not just going to be a themed show with, performers like the Effectors 2 that comes out on some of the ships. It's going to be a Broadway production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's right. So if you're going to be able to get your oompa, oompa, doopity doo, those kind of songs all out of your head when you're on board. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will be the theme. And they're also bringing something that they launched on the Utopia of the Sea when it launched, and that's the Royal Railroad, which is the dining experience where you're dining on a railway car and they have the cast members are dressed up as conductors, and it can be different scenes. You could be going through the Orient, you could be traveling through the Western plains in the past. Maybe a gunslinger will come on and try and rob the train, that kind of thing, right? And I imagine because that ship is debuting in Europe, those venues will have something to do more themed, like the Orient Express, for example, would be one of the themes for the train ride, as opposed to maybe the American Western kind of thing. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But we'll have to wait and see. But I know it's very popular on Utopia. And so I think it'll be very popular on the new Legend of the Seas as well. So let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? How would you like to have a drink package for an entire Trans-Pacific sailing? Then they tell you if there's a storm there, you're going to be delayed. You got to pay all these fees and hotels and everything because your whole travel plans are messed up. And then they tell you, oh, don't worry about your drink package. You're going to have to pay a little extra, but you can still get it. But we'll give it to you at a discount. I think in this case, maybe they should have just bit the bullet and offered everybody, if you had the drink package, you still had the drink package. But apparently that's not the way it's going to work. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time. Have yourself a safe and a great vacation.